And now, today's adventure of Outer Scope 2, Chun the Kite Maker.
After that,
Mr. Han doesn't know anything about Chun the Sailmaker, but he thinks he knows someone who does.
That's why we've named our new school after him. Well, there's nothing here on your Chun-Li.
Oh.
But don't give up. Jimmy, your father's with Chun Bo-Fung, and that old kite maker knows as much about old Chinatown as anyone around. I bet he can help you find your sailmaker.
Gee, thanks a lot.
Yeah, let's go see Chung Bo Fung. Can you take us there?
Sure, I know the way. Come on.
Great. Maybe we'll all get lucky now.
There. Another one finished.
You made that look so easy, Mr. Chun.
Well, I had a lot of practice.
It must be more than just a coincidence that your name is Chun Bo-Fung, Chun of the Enchanted Wind.
My father was very much involved with the wind. He was a sailmaker long ago.
How long exactly have you been making these fantastic kites?
I guess you could say all my life. It's been with me since I was a little boy. It's a dying art now. But it's such a thrill to select your own piece of split bamboo wood, to cut, shave, sand, and shape it to your own design. There's a fine balance and feel you get to know when you do it yourself. When you fit the wood and stretch the string and lock it in place, the kite is almost alive. All it lacks is the right covering, the weight and color of the paper to give it its own uniqueness, its personality.
What about the tails?
Some need little or no tails, depending on how we add the lead string. Others require large ones. What kind and how much tail they eventually have determines the final personality, whether it's a preening peacock or unassuming but steady workhorse.
It also determines how stable it is, doesn't it? How well it handles in the air.
It's the ultimate test of one's craftsmanship to see it fly as it's designed to. Let's go give it a test.
Do you still test them in Central Park?
Yes, I do. It's still the best place I know of. Lots of open space, lots of shifting breezes. Might as well see if this one is worth its weight in gold.
Is that what the gold emblem stands for? I know you've always put them on your kites.
Sort of, but not really. Come, let's go test them.
Look at this, Henry. Chinatown.
The emblem represents a real gold medallion. You would need quite a few clues and a good bit of luck to track down the medallion and the person who has it. Even I don't have any of the real clues. I do know that a diary and a map existed at one time. If someone were lucky enough to find those.
The kite shop is this way.
Follow us, you guys.
Okay, Eleanor. You know, it's a funny thing about this diary. It's given us just barely enough clues to keep going. It's really the people we meet, like Jimmy and Julian Hatch, who have helped us the most.
Yeah, we sure have met some nice people. ¿Verdad?
Verdad.
Oh, look at that statue. Who is it?
That's Confucius. He was a great philosopher and a teacher from a long time ago. He said some wonderful things. One of my favorite is, wisdom is to know men, and virtue is to love men.
I wonder where that map and diary might be. Why is that emblem on some of your kites if it's something to be kept secret?
That emblem, the medallion, is something that has meant a great deal to me ever since I was a boy. It was then that I first saw the medallion.
How did you come to see it?
My father was proud to have kept it for a time, holding it for the man to whom it was originally entrusted.
And you don't know who has it now?
No, I don't. I could guess. And I'm pretty sure it must still be in worthy hands. But who knows? It certainly would be nice to know where it is for sure.
Wow, what a story.
One thing is certain. There have been bad people who tried to steal it in the past. If word of its existence got out again, I'm sure some villain would try to steal it.
This is it. Look at that emblem.
It's the medallion.
He paints this emblem on all of his best kites.
Hey, maybe Chun Bo Fung, the kite maker, and Chun Li, the sail maker, are related.
That would be a miracle.
Nobody home. That means that they have gone to the park. But don't worry, I know where he flies this kite. It's spinning!
Good dog, good dog.
Say, weren't those two guys the same two funny-looking creeps we saw in that small park?
I think Edgar's right.
I know! It is them! We're being followed! Let's get out of here!
Next time, the medallion kite.
What do you want to know about yourself? What do you want to know about yourself?
This is a sand painting. It's an art invented by an American Indian tribe hundreds of years ago. These kids have a special interest in learning about the art and lives of Indians because they are Native American Indians too. Sure, they go to school, watch TV, play baseball, and do all of the other things that kids do. But they also take pride in learning some of the ways of their Indian culture. Who are Indians? The name, Indian, comes from India. That's where the European explorers thought they were going when they sailed west. Their maps didn't even show an American continent. When they hit land, they mistook it for India and called the people Indians. But the people of America had their own names. Not one overall name like Indians, but separate names for each group or tribe. Names like Micmac, which means saltwater people, and Hopi, which means the peaceful people, or Cheyenne, which means simply the people. There are more than 500 different tribes just in North America.
Okay, my name is Nelson Hopper, and I'm from the Clear Lake Pomo tribe.
My tribe is Miwok Liseño.
I'm of the Navajo tribe, and actually that really says it all right there.
Belonging to a tribe is like belonging to a very big family. It is an important connection no matter where an Indian may live. Native Americans from different tribes can be as different as, say, a Swede and an Italian. Long before the explorers came, the American Indians had found many different ways to live. In some areas, the people lived in tent-like houses called teepees, which were easily moved to follow the best hunting. Other tribes planted crops and built more permanent houses, like the Southwest Indians, whose pueblos may have been the first apartment houses. Fishing was the main source of food for the Northwest Coast tribes. They built sturdy lodges from giant redwood trees. And there were many other ways of life for the first Americans. But things have changed since those days. Just as the settlers don't live in log cabins or prairie huts anymore, many Indians no longer live in lodges or teepees. Native Americans are part of modern America. This Indian man is an architect. This Native American woman is a doctor. There are American Indian construction workers, researchers, computer programmers, and so on. But the older ways do not just disappear. Almost all of these Native Americans feel a deep loyalty to the lives that Indians used to live. For many years, American Indians were told to be like the white man, to adopt those ways. But the Indian ways are just as beautiful and valuable, and just as important for the young people to learn.
Matthew, why don't you pick a leaf? California Indians would just sniff the bay leaf to clear their sinuses or cure their headaches.
These kids are learning about another part of their Native American culture. The old ways were rich in knowledge about animals and plants. American Indians were the first to grow tomatoes, corn, and many other crops now raised all over the world. Many of the plants they use for curing illness are being rediscovered by modern medicine. Native Americans lived in harmony with nature, taking only as much as they needed. There was little waste, no pollution. For at least 25,000 years, the Native Indian tribes were careful guardians of the American continent. Let's hope that those who've come after can do as well.
It's time to tell a story. It's storytelling time.
The most widely celebrated holiday throughout the world is New Year. In Japan, eating a specially prepared rice cake marks the passing of a year and brings good luck for the coming year. It is an old and joyous tradition that is shared by many Japanese Americans. There is a legend that tells of an elderly man and his wife who were too poor to share in this tradition.
The day after tomorrow is New Year's, and we have no rice cake to celebrate it.
I can buy some tomorrow. But first, I must sell my hats in the village. Straw hats for sale. Hats!
The next day, the poor hat maker tried to sell his hats in the village. But the villagers did not hear him. They were busy preparing for the holiday. No one paid him any attention. No one bought his hats. And so he left the village to return home. On his way home, he saw 6 statues standing by the side of the road.
You must be cold standing here in the wind. My hats will comfort you. They will keep your heads warm and sheltered from the snow.
Welcome home. Has someone bought your hats?
And then he told her how he had taken pity on the statues.
The statues have returned your kindness. They have given us a rice cake for New Year's. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so the old couple celebrated a happy New Year.
People, I'd like to introduce you to some real people. Real people.
Chee-chee, hoo-hoo, boogeyman. Weren't you frightened? Didn't you run? Chee-chee, hoo-hoo, boogeyman. Is that a secret? Can you tell anyone? Everyone has one, no matter what the name. Each one is different, but still the same. Chee-chee, hoo-hoo, boogeyman. A way to explain what we don't understand. Chee-chee, hoo-hoo, boogeyman. Chee-chee, hoo-hoo, boogeyman.
My name is Mary Jo. I went across the river yesterday with my cousins, Lori and Cindy. We weren't supposed to, so we lied and said we didn't. But we saw a strange man, and Lori really got scared.
The teacher, run! Oh, my hair! No!
Lori!
My hair, let go! Let me go!
Wake up!
No, stay away, you did it!
Lori!
What is it? What's wrong? What's going on in here?
Dokha khoki peshnie. Dokha khoki peshnie.
Don't let him get me. The Chee-chee Hoo boogeyman, I wanted to tell you, but Cindy.
It's all right, Lori. Inila.
Lori didn't want me to touch her. It's all my fault.
Lori didn't mean it. She was having a nightmare. It's okay. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Go back to sleep now. Good night.
Good night. Good night, Cindy.
Good night. It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
Police.
We have to call the police as soon as we found Cindy missing. Can you think of any place she might be?
What if she fell in the river? What if he got her?
Who are you talking about?
That man, the Gee Hoo Hoo boogeyman.
That's what Lori was dreaming about last night. Was she talking about a real person?
Mary Jo, you better tell us all you can. Why did Cindy run away?
It all started because of the way your car horn honked, Uncle George. We talked about GTs and hoo-hoos and decided they're all the same thing. Remember, Grandpa? Then yesterday, when we took out the canoes, we decided to explore.
The man you saw is a deaf mute. He can't hear or speak. You probably scared him as much as he scared you.
Cindy!
Right.
Where were you going?
Well, I was going home to Pine Ridge.
Hey, we're going home too. We're not staying here. We're going back to the mesa.
I bet you're not moving because of those spirits. Oh, don't start that again.
Cindy, Lori, come on.
That man still scares me. I wish Grandpa hadn't invited him to our party.
Don't be silly. Besides, we have to make it up to him somehow.
I know, but it's gonna be hard to shake his hand like Grandpa says we have to.
Take a salad down. Potato salad, please.
I'm sorry. I guess it was my fault.
I'm sorry we ran away from you.
Hello. I'm sorry. It was me and Mary Jo's fault too.
My brother says he's sorry if he frightened you. And he's glad he's not a Chee Hoo Hoo boogeyman.
Chee Hoo Hoo boogeyman. Chee Hoo Hoo boogeyman.
Why don't you make a new friend, make a new friend, make a new friend today? Why don't you make a new friend, make a new friend, make a new friend today?
Buenos dias. My name is Blanca Parga. I am 11 years old and live in Los Angeles, California. It has always been great to speak 2 languages. I've been teaching the children in my neighborhood to read and write and speak Spanish. Every afternoon, my students come over to my house and we have a Spanish lesson. To help my students learn to speak Spanish, I will say the sentences we are studying. Then we will all repeat it together. Here's an example of how I teach them. We have a garden. We grow red roses. Nosotros tenemos un jardín. Nosotros cultivamos flores rojas.
Nosotros tenemos un jardín. Nosotros cultivamos flores rojas.
We like to study the kind of words we use every day. For example, the postman brings us letters. El cartero nos trae cartas.
El cartero nos trae cartas.
After our Spanish lessons, we have an arts and crafts lesson. Today I'm showing the class how to make ojos de Dios, or eyes of God. They are Mexican folk toys. We fasten 2 sticks together and weave the colored yarn around them like this. We hang them in the house or wear them around our necks. I like to make ojos de Dios because it is a Mexican custom and Mexico is my roots. Our school has been so much fun that we meet almost every day. But every once in a while we close the books and have a great game of football instead. Buenos dias.
It's Woody the Spoon, and I'm in the mood to tell you about a very special food, rice. That's right. Rice is a treasure for millions. It's nourishment and eating pleasure. In Japan and China, it's a sacred grain, and they love it in America, Africa, and Spain. Well, I've got a Japanese recipe, a rice ball surprise called oniggity. Get an adult, cause we're ready to go, and when I'm cooking, honey, I don't move slow. One pot of cooked rice, that's the first thing. Some salt, some water, we're ready to swing. Use the water to make your hands good and wet. Then sprinkle salt on your hands. Don't forget, scoop out some rice and move your hands so a triangle of rice starts to grow. Don't get discouraged if it looks like a lump. Even the experts can hit a slump. Just round the sides of the lump with your hand, make a ball of the rice. Do you understand? Hey, that's one way to do it, but we're really not through. If you want to be fancy, there's more you can do. Get some tuna or salmon or some kind of fish, or some pickled vegetables if you wish. Dip them in soy sauce, or maybe leave them clean. Then put them in your own rice balls. You know what I mean? So now you're finished. You're ready to eat. You've made for yourself this terrific treat. It's delicious. Just delicious. Japanese American rice balls.
Why don't you make a new friend, make a new friend, make a new friend today?
Get right into the vegetable soup. Get right in on the holiday. Get right in, come on and ride us around. Get right into the vegetable soup. It takes all kinds of vegetables. It takes all kinds of vegetables. It takes all kinds of vegetables to make a vegetable soup.
Cereal off and it's just a mess. And I just got that urge to hurt him again. I just started grabbing.
Come on along and join us. Delicious hits. Come on along, we're gonna have some fun. Come on along and
And now, today's adventure of Outer Scope 2, the Medallion Kite. Chun the kite maker tells Mr. Wong about the medallion on his kite, while Bob and Robin track down the kids in Chinatown.
This is it.
Look at that emblem.
It's the medallion. He paints this emblem on all of his best kites.
Hey, maybe Chun Bo Fung, the kite maker, and Chun Li, the sail maker, are related.
That would be a miracle. Nobody home. That means that they have gone to the park. But don't worry, I know where he flies this kite.
Get on! Good dog!
It's Vinny!
Good dog! Good dog!
Say, weren't those two guys the same two funny-looking creeps we saw in that small park?
I think Edgar's right.
I know! It is them! We're being followed! Let's get out of here!
I don't know, Bob. I think we lost him again.
Well, what now, Robberoo?
Please! I told you, don't call me Robberoo. You either call me Robin or nothing.
Okay, nothing. What do we do now?
Why me? Why am I saddled with this buffoon who thinks he's a clown? What now? I don't know. Let me think.
Well, while you're thinking, I suggest we head over to Central Park. Try to pick up the kids' trail there, huh?
Bob! Is that you who said that? You know, sometimes you amaze me. Okay, let's go. This way.
Keep an eye on things. Okay, Adele.
You bet.
The spot should be right up front, Adele.
You marked the spot, right, Dad?
Yes, I did, but not with the remains of lunch. Boy, is that sloppy. Wait a minute. Say, fellas, the trash container's just over there.
Oh.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, we'll clean our stuff up.
Okay.
Yeah, it would look a lot nicer without all this trash around.
You know, for most people, it just takes a small reminder.
And the litter would have really been noticeable here. The volunteer cleanup crews have just been through this section of the park. Got two trees, Papa.
Well, one is just a little gift from us to the city, Adele.
Ay, sí está bien.
Well, you know the old Mexican saying.
Sí, es mejor dar que recibir.
Yes, dear. It's better to give than to receive.
Want us to help you unload?
That's okay, but you might as well come on over and learn how to plant a tree.
Great. On our way.
Gee, I forgot how big this park really is.
We'll never find them.
Yes, we will, because we know what to look for. Right, Jimmy?
Right. There aren't many kites up today. But just look for the kite with the medallion on it. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to check over there.
Let's go find out who's at the other end of that kite. Willie, come quick.
What's up, Henry?
What is it?
Look, on that kite. It's the medallion.
Henry.
You're right.
You're right. Come on, let's go find out whoever's flying that kite.
Right. We'll be right back.
Okay, see you later.
Come on, Henry. We're getting close.
Oh, no, Edgar! Look! Willie, it's going to crash in those trees. We'll never find it now.
Next time, Together Again at Last.
And now for the big job hunt. Starring Max the Marvelous Machine and that villainous vomit, Long John Spoilsport.
Long John Spoilsport is my name. Sabotaging the job hunt is my game. All of you out there who are playing along will soon be singing a very sad song. So here we go, my fine feathered friend. You'll see a lot of my rottenness before this show ends.
And now for the host of our show, Sue Taylor.
Hi, kids. Welcome to the Big Job Hunt. Our contestants today will be from the Giffen School and from the Schuyler School. Hi, Max. How are things going?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
What?
I said I'm fine. Fine. Fine.
Max, why are you repeating yourself?
I'm not repeating myself.
You didn't then, but you did before.
I don't know what you're talking about. You must be hearing things.
Max, you were repeating, but let's not argue. It's time to pick today's contestants. First, from Giffen School, we have...
Denise Bishop. David Timmons. Avery Pickett.
And from Schuyler School,
Margaret Olette. Connie West. Eric Dunn.
we're glad to have you with us. Now, will each of you tell us your names and what you would like to do when you grow up? Starting with Giffen School, Avery.
My name is Avery Pickett, and I would like to be a minister.
A minister? And what about you, Mia?
My name is Mia Timmons, and I'd like to be a model.
And you, Denise?
My name is Denise Bishop, and I'd like to be an art teacher.
Thank you very much. Now, let's hear from Schuyler School. Margaret?
My name is Margaret Olette, and I'd like to be a technician.
Connie?
My name is Connie West, and I'd like to be a writer or an actress.
And Derek?
My name is Eric Dunn, and I'd like to be a puppet maker.
Thank you very much.
I wonder where Spoilsport is. He hasn't been around today.
He's probably off somewhere, just planning some devilment.
I worry when I don't see him. Him.
You did it again, Max.
Did what? What? I didn't.
Let's settle this right now. Audio man, could you play back the tape on Max, please?
Sure, Sue. I didn't. Spoilsport must be using one of those terrible gadgets of his again.
I'm sure you're right, Max. He's really a bad egg.
Kronos, he will be okay, but he needs to rest today.
But I must go and do the show. I have to torment Max, my foe.
Those are my orders, and that's that. Now, Kronos, go and get my hat.
Now, contestants, please listen carefully to the rules of the game. The object of the game is to guess the mystery job. Max will pick the categories and the questions. Questions are worth points. At the end of the round, the team with the most points gets a chance to see a clue and to guess the mystery job. Now, for you kids who are playing at home, I've got a word of warning. Watch out for Long John Spoilsport. He'll be up to his old and dirty tricks, hard at his habit of trying to confuse you. So watch out. It's time for our first question. Let's have a category, Max. The category is potluck. Thanks, Max.
You're welcome.
This question is worth 10 points. Which word is originally from the Native American language? Is it A, ranch, B, pumpkin, C, soccer, or D, lariat? Yes, Connie?
Lariat.
Well, Max? Hold it. Stop everything. I think that was the wrong answer. The answer is pumpkin. It is a word from one of the 18 language families of Native Americans. So, Schuyler School, I think you got that answer wrong.
Well, I know it was.
Then, Max, why did you go off?
I didn't.
Yes, you did, Max. Didn't he, kids?
It's Spoilsport. I know it.
I think so, too. But on the other hand, something could be wrong with your circuits.
No way. I just had a checkup yesterday. I'm in A1 shape.
That settles it. It's Spoilsport. Maybe the engineers can block out his signal.
Well, we've been trying, but no luck so far.
Well, keep at it. We can't let Spoilsport get away with this.
I'm innocent for once, and yet those clowns don't know that they're all wet. They worry so much about big bad me that the truth of their problem they cannot see.
Max, despite Spoilsport, do you think you can continue the show?
Of course I can. Can.
You're a real trooper, Max. The score is now 0-0. Let's see what we can do on this next question. Let's pick a category, Max. Are you ready, teams?
Yes.
The category is science. Thanks a lot, Max.
You're welcome.
This question is worth 10 points. A person who studies the Earth's surface, its changes, and its contents is A, chemist, B, geologist, C, physicist, or D, psychologist? Yes, Connie?
B.
That's right. The answer is be a geologist. You now have 10 points. Okay, Max, and now for some more questions. Thanks so much.
Sure.
Now, panelists, I'm going to ask you 5 true or false questions. Each question is worth 5 points. The first question is, the Figueroa brothers of Puerto Rico are famous musicians. Yes, Margaret?
False.
I'm sorry, the answer is true. They perform classical music. Number 2, wheat is the most popular staple food throughout the world. Yes, Avery?
True.
That's correct. The answer is true. Number 3, Hattie Mcdaniel was the first black to win an Academy Award for her part in Gone with the Wind. Yes, Avery?
False.
No, I'm sorry, the answer is true. Number 4, during and after her years as First Lady, Eleanor Roosevelt played an important role in national and international affairs as well as civil rights. Yes, Eric?
True.
That's correct, the answer is true. And number 5, our last question. Ecology is the study of bacterial infections. Yes, Margaret?
False.
That's right. Ecology is the study of Ecology is the study of environmental relationships. The score is now 5-20 in favor of Schuyler. Schuyler, you are ahead with 15 points, so you get the first crack at today's mystery job. Keep your eyes on Max's eye. Okay, Max, show us the clue.
Ready.
Let's see it. Okay, panelists, remember you have 10 seconds to name the mystery job, but you can discuss it with your teammates before answering.
What do you think it is?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, Eric.
Doctor.
Max? That's right. The job is a medical doctor. Congratulations, Skylar. You just won the big job hunt. Now, let's meet and talk with Dr. Lucy Rifle, who is completing her residency in Denver, Colorado.
My name is Lucy Rifle. I am a Sioux Indian from Rosebud, South Dakota. I am studying pediatrics and medicine in Denver, Colorado. I knew that I liked science. I knew that I liked taking care of people, probably about the time I was around 8 or 9 years old. But that's the time when everybody keeps telling you that, oh, you don't want to be a doctor. Why don't you be a nurse? Why don't you be a lab technician or something like that? Being a doctor is too difficult. And I just kind of stuck with it. Still has a murmur. What did it say?
What do you think? Maybe it's got to do right.
In the morning, rounds are generally held in every hospital.
Still running?
The purpose of these rounds is to see if there are any problems that have occurred over the night. This is Raul. He was admitted to the hospital because he was not eating well. During the time in the hospital, he has learned how to drink juices, how to eat foods, and is gaining weight day by day.
510 bed 1 is Tanya Harris.
This meeting is where the doctors and nurses and social workers get together and discuss problems that a child may be having and try to come up with some solution for it. This is Newborn Center USA at Denver Children's Hospital in Denver, Colorado. It is a place where very small babies are brought to be taken care of until they are able to live and breathe and eat on their own. The wires that you see attached to the baby are actually attached to a machine that measures the baby's heartbeat and measures how fast the baby's breathing. These are things that are very important in monitoring how the baby is doing. It's hard work being a doctor. It's long hours. Frequently, I'm up all night, as I was last night. But it's still a lot of fun. It's enjoyable work, it's rewarding work, it's the kind of thing that you can do and feel like you're doing something, even though you spend a lot of time doing it. This baby is a healthy, normal newborn. It is about 1 day old now and looks like what normal newborns look like. It's doing normal newborn kinds of things. When I put my finger to the baby's mouth, he turns his head and begins to suck on my finger. This is what he does when he eats normally from a bottle or from his mother's breast. My ultimate goal is to work on the reservation in South Dakota, the Rosebud Reservation, as a doctor and take care of Indian people.
Push him in. Good. Now what you gonna find to put in?
This little boy is Rensel Jones. He doesn't look very happy in this film, but generally he's very, very happy. He's very playful. He knows all the nurses. He knows his way around the hospital. It's almost like his home.
There. It's all done. Are you better today? Good.
How about that, Max?
Very good. Good. Good.
Max, before we go any further, I just want to check something. You won't believe this, Max, but your K3RL2 is loose. There, I plugged it in for you. Should feel better now since your condenser's plugged in.
Oh, wow. I feel so much better. You mean it wasn't Long John's fault?
Not this time. It probably was a mistake made when you had your checkup.
Gee, I was sure it was Spoilsport.
So was I. But this should be a lesson to both of us, Max. Just because we don't like Spoilsport or anything, we convicted him of something that he didn't do without any evidence.
You're right, Sue. I apologize, Long John.
I never thought I'd see the day when Max would treat me in a decent way. But Kronos, let no one be fooled. Spoilsport's villainy has not cooled. Yeah.
It's award time here on the Big Job Hunt, and I'd like to present the Max Trophy to the Schuyler School. And to our fine runners-up, Griffin School, here's our Mini Max Trophy. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you all right here next time on the Big Job Hunt.
It's Woody the Spoon, and I'm in the mood to tell you about a very special food, rice. That's right, rice is a treasure for millions. It's nourishment and eating pleasure. In Japan and China, it's a sacred grain, and they love it in America, Africa, and Spain.
Mitsu, you're from Japan.
Yeah, I came from Japan 4 years ago.
Well, we're going to make Japanese rice balls today. Onigiri. All right?
Yeah.
Claudia, will you get just enough water to that rim there? Do you see that rim? And Faith, I want you to put salt in here.
Cold or hot?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Do you know what the water is for?
I know what the water's for. You dip your hands in it.
Right. Right, rice is very sticky. So you wet your hands so they won't stick on your hands. This is called seaweeds in American people, but the Japanese people call it nori. You like this, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever tasted this?
Yeah.
It's wrapped around the rice.
Now, in old Japan, when traveling was done, folks cooked rice to eat on the run. They made it in balls, Japanese style, and ate as they went every once in a while. Now, for Japanese Americans, it's a picnic lunch. For trips to the country, to feed the whole bunch.
We'll use tuna fish today, and we'll flake it. And add a little shoyu, the soy sauce. I think that's about it. I'll go and see if the rice is ready, all right?
Okay.
Seems to be just about right. First, take your hands and then wet the palms of it. Take the other, wet the other palm. Not too much, but just enough to wet it. All right? And let's see, we'll put this right in the center for all of us. Okay? Put a little salt on there and then rub it on your palm very good, very thoroughly. A little salt on there. And then put a little bit on Faith's palm, a little bit on Mitsu's. Okay, a little bit for Claudia. Now, the trick is that you use your hands like this. See? You see? Your hands are triangle shaped.
Can I make them into a ball? Because I don't know how to make a triangle.
If you can't do a triangle, don't worry. Just make it any way that you want to. Good. We have a nice round one.
What is that?
Oh, that's the Japanese pickles. We call it fukujinzuke. Okay? This will flavor your rice. Now, next one, I'm going to put some tuna fish in there. Okay? Piece of tuna fish in there. Now, this one, we're going to wrap it with the seaweed. And here's the seaweed, or onori as we call it. Wrap it first on one side, and then onto the other. All right, let's sprinkle some sesame seed on all of these. Take a little and sprinkle it. This will make it taste very crunchy and nutty-like. Do you want to taste what you've made? Claudia, what kind do you want?
Tuna fish.
Me too. You said you wanted yours with Fukujinsuke. You pick it out. Faith, what kind are you going to have? You just help yourself, the plain one. Okay? How does it taste?
It's good.
Oishi, oishi.
Yeah.
How do you like yours?
It's okay.
It's okay? This is first time for you, right? And first time for you, but you're eating like a pro.
Well, we cooked the food and it came out fine. You can try it yourself when you got the time. Because working in the kitchen is a lot of fun. And when you're finished, you can eat what you've done.
What would you do if you? How would you feel if you? What would you do and how would you feel? Oh, woo!
Oh, hi, Olivia. Hi, Kira. Why haven't you been coming to dancing class anymore? Well, some of the kids were laughing at me, and they said that there weren't any black ballerinas and that I would look funny in a tutu. That's crazy. You're more graceful than most of the other girls. Besides, there's a lot of black ballerinas. Just don't pay any attention to them. They're probably jealous or something.
What would you do if someone tried to make you feel bad for doing something you liked?
I'd stop doing it or else they'll laugh.
I would ignore them.
I'd tell them that I liked it, and just because they didn't like it, they shouldn't make fun of me. I do it because it's me doing it.
What would you do?
Come on along, enjoy.